Alright, so here's the routing of the coolant lines, right? So if you look at this, the one to the right is the pressure line, right? That is the feed, which is this guy, right here. Right here is that one. What I did was I put little arrows on them so I know. See, that one's feed, and then you have the return. I put another arrow down over there, and somewhere down there, and then I also put the arrow over by the radiator. Your diagram here, the feed, the in line is on the bottom, and the return is on top. Bottom, so I trace this one back. This goes on to the one that's on the, let's say, passenger side. And so that goes in the bottom, which is right there. I have to unscrew that. And then the top one is there. And I'm just going to take this. The factory one has it coming to the radiator and going up. I'm just going to make it go straight in because I have the flexibility to do that. Make it go straight in. I'm putting a auxiliary transmission cooler, so I'm going to make it go through the auxiliary transmission cooler first, but I'm going to mock this up. If I need to get rid of the transmission cooler, I can just plug it right back into the factory one. And, you know, if there's a leak or something, who knows what happens. So I'll be able to just take right here and go right into there. Okay, so I'm going to put the fitting on this tube and this tube. But the line's going to come over here. Rubber line's going to go out to the auxiliary transmission cooler, go through the transmission cooler, come back, go into here, go up, return, go through. So this one's going to get screwed in. This will get screwed into the radiator. Step one is take the nuts and put them on. Before you do anything. Once you flare it, pain in the neck, you gotta cut anyway. So I'm gonna put this on. I feel like it's stuck right here. I'll get that on. This one went on fine. I have to cut these, flare them, make them look where they're supposed to go, and then run the rubber hoses to the auxiliary, mount the auxiliary, mount this auxiliary transmission cooler. I'm just going to mount it like this. Zip ties, or they give you the little plastic deals to put in there. Alright, so let me cut the tube and flare them. Hopefully I can flare them on the vehicle. Otherwise I'm going to pull them out and do it on the bench. It would be a pain. So what I wound up doing was pulling them out of the RV. This is what they look like. I'm sure I'm going to have to rebend them to fit a little bit. But these are the sides that go over into the transmission. So those go into the transmission, these go into the radiator or the coolers. So I already did the one, and it was a pain. So now I'm going to do the other one. So what I'm going to do is, just like I did the other lines, I'm going to put it on the bench, put it, and then clamp this guy. Clamp this guy in the vise, and then flare it. Alright, put this on 3/8. You don't want to tighten it, just a little bit. And you take this, and you're supposed to leave just this much sticking out of the tool, of the clamp. So right now there's a lot more sticking out. That's not enough. So you have to make sure it's like level, right? Okay, I'm going to clamp that down, and there's no way these wing nuts get this thing tight enough. Alright, so now put this in the vise clamp down the vise. Like this. Then you get the little insert. You put that in the tube. Take this. So the tube's here. This goes in this goes in the tube. Tube comes in here. This goes in the tube, and then you crunch this. I need to back this out a little bit. Alright. So now I'm just tightening it. Alright, now it's snug. Then this little piece here, it's not long enough. Makes it really hard. So I just get an extension with a long socket, deep socket. Just stick it on here. Now I'm going to watch to see if it moves. What I'm doing, I'm tightening down this thing. It's not moving, so that's good. So what it's doing, it's actually flaring the end. Yeah, back it out. And I bent this. This is all bent now. This is just regular steel. I can't imagine if you use stainless. All right, so now you take the insert out, and you just take the piece, the flared piece, and just screw it on there. You have your flared end right there. Get the nut, and you just look to see some ridges on here. I'm just going to these ridges. I'm just going to hit with the wire wheel. And the fun part is trying to get these back in. I've got the lines right there hooked up. Comes around on top. Goes back over here. I need to fix those. I'm going to mount them to the frame. And then probably do another mounting over here on the wall over here. You know, mount it there and somewhere over there because it's hitting the frame down there in the suspension. And then it goes up to the front. I'll show you that. The two lines. There's the top line. It's bottom line. See, it says, well, it used to say bottom. Bottom one goes here. This one goes to the cooler, comes through the cooler. This one here, the rubber hose, is from the cooler, goes in to the bottom, comes out the top, and goes back to the transmission. So I can show you the cooler. Here's the auxiliary cooler. So this is the feed. Comes this way, goes through, comes out this way, goes around, goes into the bottom of the stock one, right? Because that's the feed, and then comes out the top one, and goes back to the transmission. And I just put, they had those little plastic things, you pull it tight. Did 3 of those, and one was broke. So I did a zip tie, and on the other side of this, of the condenser, is a washer. So it won't pull through and it won't damage anything. So I put the zip tie through, went through the washer, and then came back this way and tightened it. So it's on there pretty good. Alright, I got it running. No leaks. Alright, and spinning. Dry. Dry. Dry up there too. Let's go inside and look. Let's see down here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. We have a leak. I was worried about that. Hey, I just wanted to pause the video here for a second and explain the leak because I didn't do it in the video. The leak here that I just showed was leaking from the adapter. And what happened was the adapter is metal and the transmission is aluminum. And when I tightened that aluminum adapter a little bit too much and it started to spin. And I thought it was okay because it was snug, but I think when I was bending the lines, because I screwed the transmission lines into the adapter, and then bent the lines. I think I wiggled it around a little bit too much, and then it got real loose. And I couldn't get it to be snug anymore. So what I did do was I got some red Loctite, put some red Loctite on there, got it down, cinched it down to where felt like it was kind of tight, and I just stopped there and just let it sit. So once I got that adapter fixed, that stopped leaking. But then the feed line was leaking through the flare, and I took it off, and the flare, it was a bad flare. It looked like crap. So what I wound up doing was cutting that flare off, and I couldn't get a good flare out of the flare tool, and I wound up cutting so much of the pipe off that I had to rebend that line, and that's why when I rebent it, it wasn't put back where I wanted it to be. I wanted to sit in a different spot, but it was when I rebent it, I used a shorter piece of tube. So that's that. The other place it was leaking was into the radiator. When it went into the radiator, the return, it wasn't tight enough, and I tightened that, and that seems to fix that leak. So I did have some problems. There was some leaks, but right now it looks like it's good, and continue on with the video. Thanks. What I have here is I need some way to secure the transmission lines to somewhere, probably most likely the frame. And I went to the store and I got bags of all these different things. What I wound up using was this 1/2-inch 2-hole bracket clamp. It doesn't go over them like this, but if you put them almost on top of each other, and this is how they're sitting inside the motorhome right now, just like this along the frame rail. So this is the frame rail, and I have this screw here, and it's holding them in place. And then so I use those. I use one of these, and I use 2 of these ones with the rubber around it. Up on top comes up over the transmission, and I secured this to the firewall, I guess you would call it. But I will I'll bring it out there and show you. There, right there, you can see mounted to the frame, and I got the 2 train lines right there mounted on the frame. Train lines come up here, come around over here, and you see there's one mounted right there, and then there's another one. I would have liked to have them both mounted with one mount, but I had to rebend the return line, and when I rebent it, it's a little bit shorter than it was before. This line here, I wanted it to come up more. The exhaust is right there. I mean, it's pretty far away, but it's a lot further away than it was before when it was right underneath it. So I don't think it'll heat it up that much. It's not going to move. I tried bending them a little bit more, but they really don't want to bend anymore. There's not much give in that one. This top one is screwed to goes into the radiator, so that one's not flexible. The bottom one's a little more flexible because it's into a rubber line for the cooler. But anyway, that's it. And then here's the lines. I checked. There's no leaks as of yet. I had to add 2 quarts of transmission fluid, so I'm going to drive it and see if it needs more transmission fluid. And now the only thing that's left to do is put this grill back on, and the metal piece that goes underneath protects the grill. And what I might also do is scrub this up a little bit, all the rust, and paint it. So, oh, there you go. That's how I did the transmission lines on this GMC motorhome. Hopefully, maybe this would help some other people out there doing the same thing. I did see online you can buy stainless steel lines. It's like right now it was like $150, but it's 2 pieces. Obviously for shipping, you had to make it 2 pieces. But I just didn't want that. I was thinking about getting those, but I didn't want to have that other section there where you bolt it together. That might cause a leak. So that's why I decided to make one whole whole line. It doesn't have the best bends in it, but it works, and it's not leaking, and should help with the extra cooler in there. So, and I'm probably gonna use a put a tow dolly on the back, and tow some little car or something, just in case this breaks down. Which it won't, because I'm doing all this extra stuff. But it would be nice to have a little car with us. So yeah, the only thing left I have to do to this is just put the grill back in and that bottom piece, and then that will be all buttoned up. Thanks everybody for watching and subscribing. If you like these videos, please like them and tell your friends and share it and subscribe. Thanks.